breakdown for UFC Paris, guys. We're gonna have a great card, I believe. It's gonna be a lot of great fights, and just from a fan perspective, there's a lot of even money fights on this card that are just going to be bangers. People are going to be swinging it out in this one. I really feel like UFC Paris is going to be a honestly a really shocking card. Where as in shocking, I should say, like a lot of knockouts, a lot of subs. I see a lot of different things coming, and honestly, with it being in Paris. If you guys know anything about Paris, I'm a big WWE fan. So Paris is just one of the most wildest places ever. They scream for every little thing. Everything's just crazy out there. So the crowd's gonna be rocking. Everything's crazy. And guys, I have Mr. Carter here. Mr. Carter is going to be doing his breakdown with me. So what's up, Mr. Carter?
Boom, what's good, everybody? It's Mr. Carter here. We're here with the Wager Zone. We're gonna do UFC Paris with them here. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, let's get right into the first fight of the night. First fight of the night, guys, is going to be Shauna Bannon taking on Sam Hughes. On this one, guys, I'm honestly scared to say this, but I'm pretty confident in Sam Hughes. I think Sam Hughes is going to be able to take the fight to the floor and just rinse and repeat over and over again with those takedowns. Shauna Bannon, I feel like all she has really good on the stand up is she has a good side kick to the body. She tends to just feel like she has a wide stance and she tends to throw that side kick to the body. But I feel like Sam Hughes is one of these dog fighters that's going to be able to get that single leg right away off of the side kick, take it down to the floor, and a lot of top control. I'm actually, like I said, I'm really confident in Sam Hughes this weekend, and I just kind of scared because it's women's MMA and it's the first fight of the night. If you guys know, the first fight of the night is always the hardest one, I feel like, to predict ever. It's either your night's going to go well off the first fight of the night or it's going to start going downhill. But I'm picking Sam Hughes. I think she's going to do it by decision, and she's a minus 330 favorite. If you go look at her decision prop, I feel like the decision prop might be juice. Let's go look at that decision prop real quick. Decision prop, Sam Hughes is a minus one. Oh, that's a lot better. If you guys want to get anything, honestly, Sam Hughes by decision might be the best plays if you don't want to parlay her. She's a minus 150 to win by decision. The over 2.5, if you look at it, it's a minus 500 to actually go over 2.5. So it seems like the bookie thinks going over 2.5. If you're not that confident in Sam Hughes as I am, I guess parlaying her might not be the best thing, but minus 330 down to a minus 150 looks really good. So I'm taking Sam Hughes, and I think she does it by decision. Do you have an opinion on this one?
Not really, nothing really
No.
on this one. Just like you said, I would have liked to see what the over 2.5 was at, but like the minus 500 is a little crazy. But
Yeah, so there's
I,
one thing about
I
Sam. Yeah, one thing about Sam Hughes, she always goes to a decision. Like her fights are always decision fights, so that's the reason why it's juiced to a minus five
let me
hundred.
ask you this though, for somebody on the other side, right? If the other girl was to win, what would her way of winning be? You think same thing would be decision as well, or
Arm bar from guard. I would say. I think Shauna Bannon's a submission or bust. I think she's either gonna get that armbar and from guard and submit her. That's probably the best way she wins. So if you want to go look at that prop, Shauna Bannon by submission a plus 1700. So
but you know how they have the double ones though, the double like where you
she
can
won't.
put.
Yeah, so she won't knock her out. So it'll be either submission or decision for Shauna Bannon. So let me see. What is that double? What's the double chance on that?
No, but like you know how they have the one with like Shauna Bannon by submission and then Sam Hughes by points, you
Oh
know?
yeah, you can do that. Yeah, and
So
you could
like
do that too.
like that actually might be a good one so that it does cover your crazy like take
Arm
like you
bars.
said
Yeah.
the first fight of the night, the apple pie shitter, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like it could definitely be something that could counter that, you know? Like, go
Yeah, I'm
with the
trying to.
Shauna Bannon.
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
see
find
the
that.
point. I see Shauna Bannon by points or Sam Hughes by submission, but is a plus 230, but I don't see the opposite version. So,
See, So if I see Shauna Bannon by submission or decisions, a plus 285. So either she gets a submission or she gets a decision. So plus 285. Honestly, but honestly, at that point, you might as well just take the money line because she's already a plus 265. And I just think I do believe Sam Hughes takes her down over and over again. I'm trying to look at those odds, see if there's any double chances. Like you said, they do have those double chances. So I want to see if I can find one because they usually have those. They usually do have
yeah, and a
those.
lot of bookies do, so it's just a good thing, especially for like you said. I know you like those the like you're super confident in Sam Hughes by decision, you know, but then I mean, if you can get just a good odd on Shauna Bannon by TKO or Sam Hughes by decision would be a good one, but it just doesn't seem to have that one. The one that I
Minus 170. It's on bout special. Shauna Bannon by submission or Sam Hughes by points. Oh, it's a minus 185. Oh no, yeah, minus 185 for Sam Hughes to win by points or Shauna Bannon to win by submission. That's a minus 185.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
not a
it's
bad
a
one.
so I think those are probably the two best bets. You're right about that because I do believe the only way Shauna Bannon wins this fight is she's in guard and she just throws up some arm bar. So that saves a lot of people there.
That way,
So
it just covers you just in case some crazy shit happens, like first fight of the night shit.
yeah, like or the main event in the LFA with Lonnie Silva. So, but
Eh.
so I would say Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes by decision is probably going to be the pick for the first fight of the night. Second fight of the night, guys, is going to be Renat Fekerdinov taking on Andreas Gustafsson. Guys, I'm taking Gustafsson. He's a minus 130, and I honestly think this is a really good line. Like I feel like this is going to be a dogfight. I feel like Renat's going to come out strong. I feel like Renat's going to be out there throwing a lot of strikes, shooting some takedowns in that first round. But the one thing about Gustafsson, this man's a dog. He keeps coming forward. He has like I would say the most like craziest fighting style. His fighting style is walk forward nonstop, get you in the clinch, land wild shots in the clinch, and just lay a body on you and get you tired. And the one thing about Renat Fekerdinov, he gets tired a lot. He always ends up fading out in those second or third rounds. He comes in very strong, then he gets tired. And I think Gustafsson has a good chance of getting a third round finish. I would say it's either Gustafsson win the fight by third round knockout or a decision victory because I think it's going to probably come down to the second and third rounds. I think Renat might come out there and win the first round. It might be a good live betting spot because if Renat comes out there starts off really strong, you're going to get a very big price tag probably on Gustafsson, and then you're going to get plus money to where you can go put money on plus money on Gustafsson. So I think Gustafsson wins this fight. I think he's just going to outdog Fekerdinov. One thing about Fekerdinov in the Carlos Leal fight, he lost that Carlos Leal fight. Carlos Leal put it on him, and they robbed Carlos Leal. And I was kind of happy because I had money on Renat Fekerdinov that night. So I was kind of just like, oh dang! I was like, yeah, perfect. I want my money. But personally, I knew he lost that fight. Renat Fekerdinov should have at least 2 losses in the UFC because I feel like he's lost a couple of them. So if I go look at these odds real quick, the odds for like props wise, Gustafsson by knockout is a plus 330. Gustafsson by decisions a plus 200. So it seems like the bookies are thinking the same exact thing as me. Either a plus 330 knockout or a plus 190 decision. If you go look at those round props now, it's Gustafsson by third round knockout at plus 1400. If you guys like big price tags like that and like betting round props, Gustafsson by knockout plus 1400 in the third round. That's a pretty good price tag, I think, because if he's gonna finish this fight, it's gonna be in the third round. And then if I go look at Gustafsson by knockout or decision, you're gonna get a minus 110 on that. It's basically even money. You're gonna go out there and get a pick 'em on that where it's gonna be Gustafsson to win by knockout or decision because I don't think he submits Renat unless it's like he rocks him, jumps on him out of nowhere and gets a choke. But besides that, I think he's gonna outdog him. The cardio is gonna be there, and I like betting on fighters with cardio with cardio. So I think you don't know too much about Gustafsson at all, so I don't think you have a really big take on this, right?
No, I like Renat, just like I said, just because of like his fighting style, like he's just a gritty fighter, just hard push in your face type of fighter.
Hmm.
I think I told you earlier, he reminds me of like uh uh Arlovsky, um Nate
Oh,
Landwehr,
hmm.
Duplessis, like that, like this style that they look tired, like Sean Strickland, like they all look super tired, but it always works for them, and they seem to like just grind it out, even with their mouth open, and they're just such a dog fighter, like Vince from Hell Paschal, like it's just those people that are just in your face, and I really like that style, so I would
That's
take the dog on him. you know?
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, plus money on him for a guy that probably has a better record if you're looking at it for a guy. But like I said, I think we both kind of see it as being a dogfight. They're probably going to come out there. Both guys are going to come out there and just try to.
And I wouldn't be confident on him
Mhm.
because, like you said, because all the fights that he has had are super close.
Yeah,
Like, most likely, it's gonna be, like, one of those nail-biting situations at the end, like, whichever fighter you have on your ticket, you're not gonna be, like, super sure at the end of that fight, so
yeah, I agree. I think that's a very close fight. Probably not something I'm gonna put a lot of money on. Like where I'm not gonna say it's one of my lock of the days or anything. I'm just like picking Gustafsson mainly because I think he's just gonna go out there and
good
out
fight to watch,
dog.
could be fight of the
It
night,
could be
guys,
fight of the
so,
night. It could be
yeah.
fight of the night. If one thing about Gustafsson, this guy always puts on fights of the night. This guy is just a dog. Like you watch, we'll just wait until tomorrow, second fight of the night. We're gonna be out there sitting, jumping in our seats. Like, wow, this is probably gonna be a crazy one. Third fight, guys. Brad Tavares, UFC veteran, taking on Robert. I think it's Brischek. This one, guys, I'm honestly taking Brad Tavares. I think Brad Tavares is just gonna out veteran him. I think this fight's honestly pretty even. Where I think Bruschetts is going to try to take him down. But one thing about Brad Tavares, he has really good wrestling. He's a veteran. He knows how to stop takedowns, and he has really good boxing. But I do believe it's going to decision. I think the best way to attack this fight, honestly, not even lying, is probably going to be the fight to go the distance. The fight to go the distance is minus 175. I like that line a lot better because it saves you from Boucher's taking him down and winning this fight by decision. But I think it's going to be a very close fight. But I think Brad Tavares is just going to show his veteranship in this fight and win it overall. But the best bet, I think, is the fight to go to decision. But if you guys are high on Brad Tavares by decision is plus 105. That's another great line just because it's plus money. I know a lot of people like plus money, and Bouchek's by decision is a plus 550. I see the knockout is at a plus 425 by Bouchet's, but one thing about Brad Tavares, this guy doesn't get knocked out. This guy has a chin. This guy takes a shot. This guy's going to be able to walk forward and take all those shots. And I do believe he's just going to be having the more crisp hand. So best bet I think is going to be the fight to go to decision because I'm not too confident on both of them, but I like Tavares in this one. I like him to win it, but it won't surprise me if Busquets wins this fight probably by decision as well in a close fight. But Tavares is going to be the pick. I think he does it by decision as well. But the over 2.5 or the fight to go the distance, the best play.
Only really one thing that stands out to me in this one is just the if it was a younger dude and it was somebody coming up, like, I understand the experience gap for Brad Tavares, but this dude is older too. So
Yeah.
it's like that, and there's the experience gap. So it's like usually if I'm betting Brad Tavares, I wouldn't probably bet him against any of the you know how I am with the older fighters. I'm probably not gonna bet him against one of these up and comer hard hitters that are like, but this dude seems to not have the best record and kind of
Hmm.
an older dude. And Brad Tavares is probably the better fighter. So it's his fight to lose, I feel like, so that'd be it
Yeah,
on that
like
one.
that's why it kind of scares me because like I think Brad Tavares should be the better fighter, but like there's some I've seen tape on Bouchet's fighting out of KSW. I've watched him fight, and I just don't believe he's fought the level Brad Tavares has. But that's why I said the fight to go the distance kind of saves you on that, just in case as long as the fight goes to decision, you win either
Yeah,
way.
even
Whoever
if the
wins the
other dude
fight.
ends up pulling out some decision,
Yeah,
I feel because it could just be a grinded out type of
yeah.
fight, so
The next fight is going to be Sam Patterson taking on Trey Waters. This one is going to be a very good fight. Probably two of the tallest fighters in the division. Sam Patterson at 6'5", Trey Waters at 6'6". Both these guys are towering guys. They're both really skinny and lengthy. Both have good striking. But I'm taking Sam Patterson because of he just has the grappling. Sam Patterson, one thing about him, he got a knockout on his last fight where he throws straight punches. But the one thing about Sam Patterson, he leaves his chin open too much. And I picked against him in that last fight. I thought he was going to get knocked out because he leaves his chin open too much. He ended up going out there and getting the knockout himself. He's a very good striker. He puts things together very well, but his grappling is elite. If Sam Patterson gets his fight to the floor, he will submit Trey Waters. Trey Waters, one thing I don't like about Trey Waters is he fights with that kind of a cocky style. He has that style where it's it's almost like a boxing style stance where he just kind of a pop and he comes back. But one thing about him, boxers, they pop and they bring their hands right back here. Trey Waters would pop it and then come back down and then start hands down. And I don't think he has the head movement enough to be fighting like that. I don't think he has the boxing skills and the overall head movement to be doing that. And I think Sam Patterson could possibly even catch him by knockout as well. But I'm going to be on Sam Patterson. I think he's going to do it by submission because I do believe he's eventually going to get this fight to the floor, and then I'll just show the grappling levels are just way too much for him. So I'm going to go look at those odds real quick. Sam Patterson by submission plus 200. Sam Patterson by knockout plus 450. Trey Waters by knockout plus 400. So I think the only way that Trey Waters wins this fight is if he gets a knockout, if he cracks Sam Patterson right on his chin and knocks him out. Because that's one thing Trey Waters does. He has those popping jabs, but if he lands one of those hard strikes, he tends to have the power to knock you out. And Sam Patterson has shown to be chinny before. So my best bets will be on this one. This fight would probably either be Sam Patterson by submission, Trey Waters by knockout if you want those high price tags, or just taking the under 2.5. The under 2.5 is a minus 165, minus 2.5, under 2.5 blocks on both sides because it's just Sam Patterson is going to finish this fight by submission, or Trey Waters is going to knock him out. That's how I see this fight going. So the under 2.5 seems like probably the best bet because you get both sides of it. So yeah, I'm taking Sam Patterson. I think he does it by submission, but the under 2.5 looks like the best bet.
So it sounds like the safe bet is the under 2.5, and then unless you're on one of the sides. If you're heavy on uh what was his name? The Sam
Sam
and
Patterson.
yeah, Sam Patterson. If you're heavy on Sam Patterson, do the submission. If you're
Mm-hmm.
heavy on Trey Waters, do the knockout. So, and if you want to just play it safe, go do the under 2.5.
Yeah, because I do, but I think this someone finishes each other. Like I think Sam
I don't
Patterson
have
either.
no crazy. I mean, to me, what you just told me is because, like I said, I wasn't heavy on either or. Sounds like I will be taking the under 2.5
Yeah, under 2.5 seems like probably the most safest play in
because then
that
it
one.
covers me on both ends. So
Yeah. And now the next fight, guys. Kawa Fernandez taking on Harry Hardwick. Harry Hardwick is coming up on 4-day notice from Cage Warriors. He's the Cage Warriors champion. If you guys don't know the Hardwick brothers, go check out the Hardwick brothers. George Hardwick kind of just went out there and I would say kind of like shit the bed in his last fight as a champion. He was supposed to come out there and win the fight against a guy that just fought in the contender series in Silva, where Silva just got knocked out in contender series. George Hardwick went out there and lost the fight. It was a very close fight. Hardwick was George. I'm talking about George, not Harry. His brother George. The Hardwick just went. I mean, George Hardwick just went out there, started putting the fight on later on, but he just ended up losing that fight by a decision. But this is Harry Hardwick. Harry Hardwick, I call him better Hardwick. I think he's a better fighter. I think he's a better brother. But
better Hardwick.
better Hardwick. So I think he's just a little bit better than George. If this fight, where if Harry wasn't coming on short notice, on a 4-day notice, I'd probably be telling you Harry Hardwick might be the dog of the night. I would tell you guys he is a really good fighter. But I think Kyle Fernandez comes out here and wins this fight, and I think he's going to do it by knockout. I think he's eventually going to crack that chin of Harry Hardwick and put him to sleep. I don't think that Harry Hardwick's going to be able to have the cardio like he usually has. But if Harry wins this fight, I'm not going to be surprised. This is probably one of my least confident fights of the night because Kyle Fernandez is not that good of a fighter either. He tends to came out there and lost a couple fights, but his last fight where he just won was against Guram Kutaladze. Kutaladze just got dropped from the UFC. But if you guys know about Guram Kutaladze, really good striker, really very technical. Kyle Fernandez was a plus 400 underdog against him. Kyle Fernandez went out there and won that fight and just looked crazy good, honestly. He just looked like he had all the improvements in the world. And now I feel like he's finally gotten Harry Hardwick, where, like I said, if Harry Hardwick goes on a full training camp, he'll probably be the dog of the night. But I just see Harry Hardwick just not having the full training camp. I think Fernandez is going to land those leg kicks early. Harry Hardwick's going to have to probably switch his stance and end up getting caught with those shots from Fernandez, and Fernandez probably going to put him away. So I'm thinking Kyle Fernandez. I think he does it by knockout. And I just, like I said, not something I'm very confident in because it kind of scares me to bet against a guy in Harry Hardwick that I know that's going to fight for your dollar. So if I go look at those props, Kyle Fernandez by decision plus 185. I don't think he goes to decision, but it's a plus 185 price tag. Kyle Fernandez by knockout, which I think is probably honestly, if you're gonna bet this fight, I say put something small, nothing big, because this is a 50-50 fight most likely. I think it's gonna be very close. Like Hardwick can land some shots, and Hardwick can come out here win a decision victory, or Callis probably can come out here and knock him out, or even get a decision victory himself. But what I'm probably gonna do, I might put something small on Cal Fernandez by knockout plus 250. You get a high price tag on that, and instead of taking that minus 200 on a guy that was literally just a plus 400 underdog that went out there and won. Yes, he looked really good, but it's kind of like I would say the opposite way. Where if you guys remember our breakdown last time, where Peyton Talbot was a minus 1,000 favorite against, I can't remember who was a minus 1,000 favorite against, and he went out there and against Barcelos, went out there and lost to Barcelos, turns around against a guy that I believe is not as good as Barcelos, and now they have it as a pick 'em. And I'm like, so we hopped on the Peyton Talbot train right away. We're like, dude, like this guy was just the baby of the UFC, and now like people are just not banking on him at all. This is like the opposite now, where Cal Fernandez was just a guy people said didn't belong in the UFC, plus 400 underdog against a guy that just got dropped from the UFC and Guram Kutaladze. And now him being a minus 200 price tag, I don't like that at all. Like that's why I'm saying it's not a confident pick. It's not something you should go out there and put too much investment in, because plus 400 to a minus 200 against a good fighter that's a Cage Warriors champion, but just because he's on short notice, I'm picking Kawa. But if but not confident in this pick, something small, probably on that knockout, plus 250 is probably the way to go.
You almost like with your breakdown almost convinced me into Hardwick though. Like you started off hard on Hardwick and you finished off hard
Right?
on Hardwick. If it's
If
a
he had a full training
50-50
camp,
fight,
if he had a
give
full
a
training
hey
camp, man,
brother, it sounds like the dog on that one, boys.
yeah,
If you guys are risky betters, I sound like a dog on that one. But if you guys like the breakdown, make sure and like the video, subscribe to the Wager
yep,
Zone. Doing breakdowns every week. Come back and watch all the videos. Go check out the old videos, new videos dropping every day, guys.
yep, guys,
Let's
go
keep
check
it
out
going.
those breakdowns. But he said it sounded like I was. It sounded honestly, you're right. Just the way I was talking, it seems like Hardwick might be the dog of the night. But if he had a full training camp, I would be saying he's the dog of the night.
But what if he? I mean, if you're
4 days
the
notice.
if 4 days notice, but would you take a 4 day notice fight for the UFC for your debut and all this if you don't think you were ready? Like
I
I
feel
don't
like
think I would.
I honestly feel like people do that. They say yes no matter what, because they know if they say yes to the fight, even if they lose, now they have a 3 fight contract, so they know he's going to
But
be back.
maybe he had a fight camp. Like maybe he was ready to
He
fight.
wasn't.
You
He
know.
wasn't. He wasn't scheduled to fight nobody. He was like he
Best thing
probably
to,
is
best
training.
thing to do is stay ready. You feel me?
Yeah.
If you
So,
stay
but
ready, you don't got
I
to
like
get
Harry
ready.
Hardwick. I do. But so, like I said, guys, if you guys want to put the underdog ticket, Harry Hardwick a plus 168. Harry Hardwick by knockout, because if he might knock out Cal Fernandez plus 800. Plus 800 is that one, and then Harry Hardwick by decision a plus 260. So honestly, like yeah, this is like I'm just gonna say right now, this is dog or pass. This is dog or pass. Like it's either just stay away from this fight totally, watch it for some fun, or come out there and put some money on Harry Hardwick and get a big price tag on him. It's probably dog or pass for that fight, because I just kind of convinced myself in dog or pass, and I like so.
All right, let's keep
Next
going.
fight, Marcin Tybura taking on Ante Deleji, or I think it's Deleja or Deleja, one of those two. He's from Croatia, so I think it's Deleja. So Ante Deleja, he's just fought in PFL. This guy was fighting PFL people over there for a while. He's been PFL for like 4 or 5 years now. Kind of had some injuries and didn't fight as much as him. He did beat the PFL champion. Well, at the time he wasn't a PFL champion. He's not PFL champion anymore, but he was the PFL heavyweight champion for a while until Francis came over there and knocked him out. He has a win against Renan Ferreira. Renan Ferreira is a really good striker, but one thing about Renan, he leaves his chin up way too high. I feel like he was kind of overrated, and a lot of people are kind of banking on Delija, like being that same as that guy. Marcin Dybora and Delija actually fought 10 years ago in a lower level promotion out in Poland. They fought 10 years ago. Marcin Tybura landed a right hand on him, and when he landed the right hand, Delija kind of stumbled. While then the Tybura throws a kick, and when he threw that kick, Delija checked it, and Delija broke his leg, and the fight was over from a broken leg. So that's we didn't really get too much, and honestly, it was 10 years ago, so I don't put too much into it. It being 10 years ago, because these guys are totally different fighters from 10 years ago, but That's what happened in the first fight. Delija broke his leg in that one. But I'm taking Tybura. I think Tybora's style is going to be perfect for this one. I think Tybura has a. I don't want to sound like this is not me making fun of the guy or anything, but this guy's got a blockhead. Like this guy has a big old dome and he can take a shot. Like these Polish fighters, one thing they can take a shot, and he's just a big guy. And I don't think he's going to be able to get hurt. I don't want to say hurt, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be able to get knocked out. And I think Delicia's knockout or bust in this one. This fight kind of reminds me of that Janata Denise fight where Janata Denise, a very good striker, but the takedown defense just wasn't there. Same thing with Ante Delija. Takedown defense is just not there, but a very good striker. Tybura, one thing he knows how to do is get a game plan going. He lands some shots, he'll take you down, and he'll just wear that big giant body on you to where you'll get tired. One fight that kind of convinced me on Tybura, where Tybura was the underdog, guys. Right now, he is a slight favorite, so some money's coming in on Tybura, but he was the underdog. And I just think Tybor's gonna get this takedown because in a fight where Ante Delija fought against Maurice Green, do you remember Maurice Green?
Hmm.
Maurice Green is in the PFL now. Maurice Green was able. Delija won that fight. Delija he won it. He hurt Green a couple times and he won the fight later on. But in that first round, Maurice Green was able to take him down. Maurice Green had a good first round, took him down twice, and Delija ended up getting back up and then
Maurice
landed some
Green
hard.
is a horrible fighter too.
Yeah, he's not good at all. So like, and he
The only
wasn't even
thing
good in
he is good
PFL.
at, though, the only thing he is good at is getting you down.
Yeah, that's the only. But Tybora, way better wrestler
No, for sure.
than Green. More pressure. He's fought the higher competition. So I think Tybora is a very good play. Get even money on this one. I think Delicia's knockout our butt. So if we go look at those odds, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think Tybora gets him out of there. I don't think this fight goes to decision. I think Tybora is probably gonna finish him by ground and pound, get a ground and pound finish. So Tybora by knockout plus 390. Tybora by decision. If you think the fight goes all 3 rounds, plus 250. Ante Delicia's only way of winning this fight is by knockout. So it's a plus 180. So in the under 2.5, because I do believe this fight doesn't go to distance, it covers you on both ends, is a minus 135. So if you think Delicia knocks him out or you think Tabora finishes him, maybe the under 2.5 is a probably better play for you. But I'm actually kind of high on Tabora in this fight. And I do think Tabora is going to come in here and take him down to the floor, show him there's levels to the PFL coming to the UFC as they're fighting so much of a big competition. So I'm taking Tybora. I think he does it by knockout. Giant price tag at a plus 390 for the knockout. So yeah, give me Tybora.
I think the safe one would be, especially if you're on the Tibura side, is just straight money line. And what I'm in
Yeah,
here as a plus
plus
one
minus
one.
112.
Yeah, so like a pick 'em, like I mean, it's
He
good
was
odds
the
on him.
underdog. He was a plus 105 yesterday.
I mean, just because he can knock you out, he can submit you, and the decision can happen. Like
Hmm.
it's because when you look at it right here, it's 33% of wins are TKO, 30% of wins are sub, and 37% of wins are decision.
Yeah, he does all of
So
them.
so it's just like you got a 30% chance on all those going out
Yeah.
that way. So it's like I would just take the safe bet on Tiber at that money. Especially against that dude, when you go and look at Tibura's competition he's faced, I mean, he lost to Spivak later on. He
Yeah.
beat Spivak in the first time, lost to Spivak. Spivak's way better now, mind you. So it's like the only people he's lost to is Tom Aspinall, Spivak, Volkov, and then back in like 2019, he lost to Augusta Sakai, and then like Derek Lewis and Verdum in 2017 and 18, which
Yeah,
is so long ago.
but since like 2020, 2021, he's only lost to the top 5 fighters in the world.
Yeah,
Spivak
Volkov. I mean, since 2020, he's only lost to Volkov, Aspinall, and Spivak,
and the
and then
Spivak fight, and I was saying
he's beat
Spivak, it should be top five.
he's beat all these people that are better than the dude that he's fighting, like
Yeah,
Ben Rothwell, or not Ben Rothwell. Ben Rothwell's horrible. Greg Hardy,
he wasn't at the
uh,
time probably.
Walt Harris, Alexander Romanov. He beat Tai Tuivasa, and then the last two, and then he's just in good form too, because then he beat Jonata Denise and then
Yeah,
Nick Parkin. So he's in just good form right now, and I just feel like he's probably the better fighter. I'm surprised the money line is the way it is on the fight, to be honest.
I
With
was
him being
surprised. I was surprised he was an underdog. So
Yeah, with
like,
him being such a experienced fighter and somebody that like like wins his fights most of the time. So it's like,
Hmm.
I mean, when he has like a 70% success rate, like I just don't get why he would be a dog. So I think that's one of those ones where the bookie has it wrong. So I would
Yeah,
be
and
on
then
the Concord side.
Delija is not this young prospect that's coming in out
He
of
may just
PSL or
knock him out. I
anything.
mean, it's heavyweight fights and
It's
shit, you know.
heavyweights, but I like
But
Tybura.
I wouldn't. I would not. Yeah, I would not put my money on that other dude whatsoever. On nothing. So
Hmm. And now the next fight, Omar C taking on Bretson Ribeiro. Omar C is fighting in his hometown. He's from Paris. He is one of these guys that I believe the UFC is trying to get back in action because Omar C went out there and had a bad, and I don't want to say bad, but he just lost the fight. He fought Alonzo Menifield and he lost to Alonzo Menifield, and a lot of people were banking on him to win. But Alonzo Menifield is a very tough fight for anybody. He's one of those gatekeepers in the division where if you're a young prospect that needs to learn a little bit more, Alonzo Menifield is the guy that's going to teach you that. So he went out there and lost that fight to Alonzo Menifield, and now I feel like he's taking a giant step down. And Brenton Ribeiro, if you go look at all of his fights, every single fight he has ever been in the UFC, he's got taken down every single time. This guy's takedown defense is non-existent. Omar C is going to come in here and shoot a double leg and take him down, and I think Omar C finishes him right away. I think he's gonna take him down, either get that rear naked choke or just land heavy ground and pound in front of his home country, get back in action. And it just shows me that UFC wanna build him because they were building him up for a while. He lost the fight he probably should have won, but it was a big step up for him in competition. And now they're trying to get him back on the right track. Home country. All the fans are going to be all the fans are going to be around him. He is a marketable guy, very long, very tall, and he has the striking skills. He has the grappling skills. This guy is just an all-around good fighter, and I feel like the UFC wants to build him back up. Especially now, I feel like they're kind of giving him a layup. Like, you need to win this fight so we can start building you up again. So give me Omar C. I think Omar C. eventually finishes Ribeiro, and I'm honestly very confident Omar C. is one of my confident plays of the week, and he's a -600 price. So seems like everybody else is confident on him because Omar C was a -450. Now he's a -600.
yeah,
So
he's that high of a favorite.
yeah, he was a -400,
I
minus
mean,
four fifty.
rightfully so. You know,
Yeah,
like I said, I agree with what you said. I don't see the other dude having a chance very much. I think it's a layup. I think, like you said, it's somebody that they feel like that he can beat, and in Paris, and they want the card to start off good with your first Paris guy on the card, fucking doing some good shit. So
and I think the best way to attacking this is either you parlay Omar C with somebody, find a parlay piece to put with Omar C, but Omar C winning inside the distance, either submission or knockout, a -155.
oh,
You get
that's the
that price.
line. Like that's the line
You
right
get the price
there.
tag from -600 all the way down to a -155. I think he does it by knockout. And if you guys want to take the knockout shot, it's a +240 Omar C by knockout. And if you want to take the submission prop, where if you because this fight will end up on the floor, they're going to end up on the floor. So it's either going to be he's going to submit him or he's going to knock him out.
Ground and pound him. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be a ground and pound. However, I think he's just going to get on top, get probably full mount, and start landing some heavy ground and pound on Ribeiro. So +240 price tag on a knockout, where Ribero's been knocked out so many times, and he just doesn't take punishment very well. Like he's that kind of guy that gets hit and then he gives up on himself, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to lay here. Referee's going to stop it, and I think this is going to be the last fight for Ribeiro in the UFC. I think the UFC's with the contender series going on. The
It
UFC's
sounds
kind
like
of
a rear naked choke type of
it's possible too.
situation.
So, like you said, that's the line. A -155. Omar C inside
Yeah,
the distance. I think he finishes
I'll
Ribeiro.
probably bet on that one, to be honest.
Yeah. So either parlay Omar C or take that -155. Omar C finishing the fight in in the distance. So you basically agree with all that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I have everything you had on that one.
Yeah. So the next fight is going to be William Gomes taking on Robert Ushala. This fight, guys, I'm taking William Gomes. This fight, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say I'm like super confident in him, but he should get it done. The only thing that takes me away from saying like he's like one of my locks of the week is William Gomes tends to make fights closer than they should be. He has a chance. He has a good striking game. He has a good wrestling game. He tends to get tired in that third round, but he's not going to give up on himself, and he's going to keep fighting. And he's fighting a guy named Robert Uchala that's making his debut in the UFC. Robert Uchala is a decent striker, but William Gomes is a lot more technical than him. William Gomes has a very good jab. He throws combinations very well. He has a good leg kick. He knows when to land those calf kicks on you at the perfect time. And honestly, William Gomes, if he wants to get this fight perfect the way it should go for him, and honestly, like, get an easy win, he should get the takedown. He should come in here and use his wrestling and take Ushala down because Ushala doesn't have good takedown defense. He's been taken down many times in his career. And I do see this fight going to decision, honestly, and not lying. I do believe this fight goes to decision, but Gomez is a minus 270 favorite. He price is going up on him because he went from minus 220, minus 250, now minus 270. So a lot of money's coming on him. He's one of these fighters from France, so the crowd's going to be around him. And if we get a close fight that goes to decision and is back and forth, we got some Paris fans that are going to be screaming every time he throws a punch that doesn't even land. So maybe the judges are going to start going towards him as well. So I feel like,
lean him's way. Yeah.
yeah. So I just feel like the everything's surrounded around him that's tailor made for him to win this fight. I think it goes to decision. Either he's just gonna out technical him and win this fight by decision, or just take him down. Like, I do believe the best game plan for him is to take him down and win the fight. So if you go look at William Gomes by decision, it's plus 100, even money. You get that minus 270 price tag down to a plus 100 for Gomes to win this fight by decision. But if you think Gomes can pull off that submission, which is possible, because like I said, I think the perfect game plan is him to take him down. Rushala doesn't have grappling at all. He doesn't have wrestling at all. He's going to get taken down most likely if Gomes wants to go that route. And then Gomes has submission victories on his record before. Not that many, but he has them on his record. He knows how to submit people. You get a plus 800 price tag on Gomes by submission. That's a little tempting, honestly, because like I said, I think Gomes, if I'm Gomes' coach, show your striking off for a little bit, show him your hands, get him thinking about the technical striking you have, shoot a takedown, get him down. And then he's gonna be a fish out of water, kind of like Tiago Santos. I gets on that floor and just starts squirming. I not know what to do. Then you're gonna get a rear naked choke and honestly finish it pretty easy. So those are my best way of attacking this fight. Either you can parlay Gomes, as I do believe he should get the fight done. I said I want to say he's one of fight closer than they should be. But either you can parlay Gomes at the minus 270 price tag, take that plus 100 on the decision, and maybe sprinkle a little bit on that Gomes by submission at a plus 800 because I do believe he has a good chance of getting that submission.
I like the decision prop on that one, on Gomes, just because it seems like the two dudes both go to decision a lot.
Yeah.
Um, like almost 50% of Gomez's wins have been by decision, and then the Robert Ushala, I believe, same thing. It's like 50% of his wins have been by decision.
Yeah.
So,
The over two
um,
and a half at a minus 310.
yeah. So I would, if I'm gonna bet Gomez, which that's the side I'd have on it. I would take the decision prop. I don't think he finishes him. So I think he just, like you said, I kind of think it's he strikes, he takes him down, he gets up, like kind of just like back and forth, but he dominates the fight for all 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
As a minus 230, though, to take a plus 800 on a submission is kind of crazy, you know? Like, I would be, that's wild to me that it's that juiced when he's that heavy of a favorite, you know?
Yeah. And the knockout is a plus 400, but Gomes, I'm
But
not.
even, yeah, that's
He
crazy. I
doesn't.
don't
He
get
doesn't
why.
knock people. He doesn't knock people out. That's the reason why he kind of
It's
like has pillow hands.
It just sounds like one of those fights that they're trying to get you, though, you know? Like, because, those ones that you always feel like, "Oh, it's not gonna get a finish, nothing's gonna happen," and, he's been going to decision so much, it's gonna be one of those ones, like you said, that, like, first round fucking rear naked choke or some shit.
Yeah, I
Uh
can see it. Like plus 800 is crazy. Like I really do. Like if he wants, if
I mean,
especially if he takes him down.
it's definitely a step down in competition. I will
Yeah, it
say
is.
that to me because when in the fights he has had in the two in the UFC, Joe Anderson Brito, which was he's a good fighter,
Joanderson Brito is better than Muchala.
went to split decision
Split.
with him, and then Hyder Emil he went to split
Hyder
decision with
Mill
and
is a
lost.
dog, and he
And
lost.
Hyder Emil is
He,
such a
he lost,
dog.
right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
lost a split decision. So it's like I see why everybody's thinking it's gonna be a close fight, like you said, he
because he
fights.
he fights that way for some reason. I don't know why.
But Paris home, like I might actually put a little something on that plus 800 just because it's just it could,
It can
that
happen.
moment. Yeah, that it could be the moment for that, you know. But yeah,
And
something to
now,
look out for, guys.
yeah, so look out for that submission plus 800. If you guys like giant like long shot price tags, I think that's a good chance. But I think I'm on the go. Yeah, that's me. But Gomes is the pick for that fight. Next fight, guys. I'm just gonna say it right now. Hopefully he do me good. My underdog of the day, Alex Sola taking on Reese McKee. I'm taking Reese McKee. I think Reese McKee gets this fight done. I think he's gonna knock out Sola. I just think Reese McKee is a better fighter than Sola. Sola comes from the Aries fighting division. I think it's called Aries FC, one of those two. But it's Aries. It's a place in France. So Sola is from France. It's a organization from France. And honestly, he hasn't fought anybody. If you go look at his last like 5 price tags on that, he was a minus 400, minus 5,000, minus 8,000, minus a 2,000. The minus 8,000 guys was a short notice fight. I swear. You know what they did on that card? It was a short notice fight on 2 days notice because the guy pulled out. They went out there and said they got a taxi driver that's driving down the street. Said, "Hey, bro, you want to make $100?" And they brought him in. And then Alex Solo went in there and submitted him. But Alex Sola is going to come in here and try to get this fight to the floor. That's what he does. He comes in here, pushes the pace, and tries to get you down to the floor. I just think Reese McKee has probably got a lot better takedown defense now. When he first came to the UFC, he went 0-3, then got dropped. They kind of did the guy dirty. They want to go and put him in his debut against Hamzat Chimaev, where Hamzat Chimaev is now the champion. This guy's always when he first came to the UFC, he just got bad matchups for him, and now he just came back and he just beat a guy. Who was his last fight? He just won. I cashed on him as an underdog last fight. He was my underdog of the week last time, and
I'll
I
tell you
cashed on
right
him.
now. Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you. Sorry, I was looking at the other dude. It is Aries FC. That is what it
There he
was.
is.
He was the current champion. But like you said, it's just he's fighting cans. So
Yeah.
let's see. Reese McKee. Reese McKee. McKee hit you with the knee. Uh, Daniel Frunza.
Oh, yeah, Daniel Frunza. Yeah.
Doctor stoppage. But then, I mean, the two people he fought before that, like Chitty is a dog, bro.
Yeah, and
Chitty,
then he lost to Chitty, and Chitty's just a dog. Chitty has great striking,
and
and
then Ange Lusa before that he
Andre
lost to.
Lusa. Andre Lusa is one of these guys that I believe he's better than Axel Sola, but Andre Lusa was a guy that's going to come out there and just take you down over and over again, the same exact way that Sola fights. But I just feel like Reese McKee's probably learned from that now. This guy has
Oh, I
good
mean, this is
striking.
his moment. If he loses
Yes,
again, he probably doesn't fight in the UFC again because
they probably drop him again.
you'll be 3-1 or 1-3. Sorry, I
Yeah.
wasn't 1-3. In your last 4 fights, and you've already came back after losing
Hmm.
2 fights in the UFC. So what? You'd be 1-6 in your yeah. You're not gonna. You have to win this fight because then you'd be 2-2 in the UFC right now, and then
Hmm.
they keep you.
Yeah,
So
and then the reason why I think Reese McKee wins this fight too, because how I kind of look at it, where I'm just like he's an underdog, and I see it as Alex Solon gets his fight to the floor, Reese McKee can get back up, and Reese McKee has a lot more ways of winning this fight still. If Alex Sola can't get this fight to the floor, Reese McKee is gonna put it on him, and the striking levels are gonna be so much higher. So one way Alex Sola takes the fight to the floor, Reese McKee still has a chance. Alex Soto does not get this fight to the floor. He has no chance of beating a Reese McKee. So I think Reese McKee honestly wins this fight. I think he does it by knockout. And so the over 2.5 is a minus 185. So it seems like everyone thinks this fight going to decision. And let's
mm,
go look at. I think he gets finished. Or even if Solo wants to submit McKee, which that's possible too. If you guys like the under 2.5, plus 140. Plus you're getting plus 140 on the under 2.5 in this fight. But
seems like a
if
good one.
if I go look at the knockout prop for Reese McKee by knockout is a plus 400. So Reese McKee by knockout honestly looks like a really good play because, like I told you guys, if Sola can get this fight to the floor, he's gonna knock him
He's
out. Like
gonna
he
get
will.
knocked out. He
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 will.
is because Reese McKee is gonna knock
Yes,
him
he's
out if he does
powerful
that.
and he has this
Yeah, he
very good
is.
striking.
He does.
So my underdog of the night, guys, is gonna be Reese McKee. Hopefully, Reese McKee comes through and cashes this plus 115 ticket. Oh,
Against the
plus one.
Paris dude too. I
Yeah,
mean, he's fighting for a dude from France. I don't know if he's from Paris, but a
yeah, he's
dude
from
from
France.
France. So
Alex Sola, which is kind of crazy. Alex Sola by sub. If you think he's going to come out here and try to submit Reese McKee, because that's how McKee be losing. McKee be losing by submission. If he gets taken down, he gets submitted, or he gets like so. Alex Sola by submission plus 900. So, Alex, you're
They
gonna
just
get.
think this fight's going to
They do.
decision.
Everyone thinks this fight is going to decision. I kind of don't. I think someone's going to get finished, and I do believe Solo's going to get knocked out. So let me see. I wonder if you see that. If what's Reese McKee by knockout and Alex Sola by sub? Reese McKee by sub. What is Reese McKee by sub? Reese McKee by sub is not going to happen. Plus 1,600. Yeah, that's not
That's not
happening. It's not
happening.
happening. I want to see that. I want to see if they have a Reese McKee by knockout or
Sola
Sola by
by
sub.
sub. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if they have that real quick. Let me look. Reese McKee by sub. No,
If you
that's not
haven't
happening.
already, make sure and like the video, guys. Make sure and subscribe.
Yes,
New
if you guys are here
videos coming
watching, you
out
guys are
every
here for
week.
the if you guys are here for the first time, click that thumbs up, subscribe to the page. We do breakdowns all the time. We do LFA, we do all different types of events. Like we usually cash out on these LFA events. Besides, what's called Silva getting caught with the armbar today out of nowhere. So, but besides that one, we do really well in these LFA and these under league fights. So
You've been on a really good run for soccer. He breaks down all
yes,
different types of soccer. Football
5 and
season
1 today
starting.
on soccer.
Doing football breakdowns. Basketball season's going to be coming, so he's going to be doing basketball. I try to pop in as much as I can and come in and hang out with you guys. I'm Mr. Carter's. I do collectibles and all that fun stuff. I make tons of content on Instagram and YouTube, collectible content for Funkos and cards and all different stuff.
Yeah,
So make
dude.
sure
If
and
you guys,
follow me.
if you guys like any Funkos, any collectibles, you guys are a person that collect anything, hit up Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter can get the stuff for you. Look at this, guys. Look at Mr. Carter out here giving
The
these.
Joe Burrow.
Joe, this is the Joe. Remember when I got this from you like 4 years ago? I think it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, see, you got that Joe Burrow right here. Oh, this dude look
You
from
have the Clayton Kershaw pop still, huh?
Clayton Kershaw
You
right
know that
here.
pop went up in like value. That pop is worth like $60 or
Oh,
something now.
for real?
Yeah, it
Yeah, I mean,
is. It's actually worth something now.
yeah, I got this from you for a while. I got the Clayton Kershaw, and I
What's the
got the
number on it? The on him,
number
like
7.
on the box.
Number 7.
Yeah.
And then we got Magic Johnson right here, USA
Oh
jersey.
yeah.
So we got it, guys. Like I said, if you guys like collectibles, Mr. Carter got it all. Mr. Carter be sitting here. He sell posters. He got cards. He got collectibles. This
Is
guy,
it the white jersey or the away jersey? The gray one or the white one?
it is the white jersey.
White jersey is $70 PPG.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
This-
I think you got that one for a deal too, baby. That's
yeah,
what
man,
I'm
look, $70 pop. Wait till Joe Burrow win MVP this year and get a Super Bowl eventually. That gonna be popping too. But, all right, guys, back to the breakdowns. I want to give a quick promotion for Mr.
Did you
Carter's.
find out if they had the one for that fight though? The Alex Sola
Yes,
by
I
sub and
found it. Now the phone lock the phone locked, so now I got to find it again. I believe it said plus 250. I think that's what. Yeah, that's what it said. Plus 250 for Reese McKee to win by knockout or Solo to win by decision. That might be a good play, honestly, because I think that's how it's probably going to end, one of those ways. But like I said, guys, for this fight, I'm taking Reese McKee. I think Reese McKee knocks him out, and I do believe Reese McKee is the underdog of the night. And
or
you,
under 2.5 is plus money too if you feel
yep.
like we feel like the fight's not gonna go to decision, so that's a good one to take on that one. Next one, let's go.
Nah, next fight. Next fight is going to be. Now we're getting into the 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess
Oh,
Reese McKee was the first fight of the main card. Next fight, guys, is going to be Mason Jones taking on Balaji Oki. Guys, I'm taking Mason Jones on this one. I'm actually I'm kind of high on Mason Jones this week. I like Mason Jones a lot. This guy's a dog. He's going to come in there and take you down. He's going to push the pace. He has striking that's getting better and better. And Balaji Oki is a very powerful fighter. He swings very heavy, and he tends to keep his jab and keeps his boxing stance very well. But the one reason why I'm kind of banking on Mason Jones a lot in this fight, first of all, I'm a big fan of Mason Jones. I watched him fight a lot in Cage Warriors all the way to the UFC. He's fought all different types of competition. He's getting better and better. Balaji Oki just had a fight in Michael Aswell. Michael Aswell is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. Michael Aswell was on 4-day notice, like four or 5 day notice. Went in there and fought against Balaji Oki when Michael Aswell was a 145er, went up to 155 to fight Balaji Oki, and Michael Aswell put on a dog fight, and he went out there and almost beat Balaji Oki, where Oki was a giant favorite. He was like a minus 600 favorite against Michael Aswell. I took Michael Aswell. I thought he was going to win. This close to winning. It was 1-1 going to the third round, and then Michael Aswell kind of got tired, which kind of surprised me because Michael Aswell is the guy that has cardio, but on 4-day notice when you're not even training, it's kind of like it's kind of a way you're going to get tired. And Michael Aswell almost won that fight. So now Mason Jones is a big one. I'm not as tall wise, but he's a big, bulky 155er, a legit 155er. He has wrestling where I don't think Oki's going to be able to stop the takedowns. And I believe Jones is eventually going to wear on that gas tank and take him down over and over. And I think Mason Jones wins this fight by decision. I think his fight goes to decision either way. I don't see Jones getting knocked out. I don't think Oki gets finished either, but I think it's going to go to decision. So Mason Jones minus 140 on the money line. Let's go see Mason Jones by decision. Mason Jones by decision is a plus 170. So if you guys like that plus 170, that's good. But if you guys are on the Balaji Oki side, Balaji Oki by decision is a plus 340 because I don't think he knocks out Mason Jones. So plus 340. But if you guys want to take a little bit of a lower price tag for you guys is get you on both sides. The over 2.5 is a minus 175, and then the fight to go to the distance is a minus 150. So that saves you on both sides. If you guys are if you guys are torn,
You think it goes the distance?
I do. I don't think Mason
Yeah.
Jones finishes Oki. I don't think he's going to. And Mason Jones does win finish this fight. It's probably going to be by knockout, probably by ground and pound after Oki gets tired. But I think Mason Jones is going to be able to get this fight to the floor and just like rinse and repeat, repeat. Take Balaji Oki down, end up probably just with a lot of top control. But like I said, if you're on the Oki side, plus 340 by decision. That's a very big price tag on Balaji Oki, and I don't think he finishes Jones. Jones plus 170 by decision. That might be the best bet for Jones, honestly, is a plus 170 by decision because Oki tends to take a good shot, and he's just a strong guy. But the minus 140, honestly, is not that bad of a price tag either. So I'm on Mason Jones. I think Mason Jones wins by decision. So give me Mason Jones.
Yeah, I'm on the same side as you on that one. I don't know if I would do the decision prop. I w- he's a he's a very heavy fighter when he fights. Like he puts it on you, so it's like, and he can finish. So it's like I don't think I would, with the way the price tag is already. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't try to like shoot myself in the foot and go try to do a decision prop. I'd probably just bet Mason Jones.
Yeah, you
He's a
bet
really good.
decision. He knocks him out.
To be honest, like this would be the one if I was gonna go parlay like Psy, like you said, at like the minus 800. This is like a perfect one to go get Mason Jones at plus money.
Mm-hmm.
You go add Psy in there because Psy's gonna win, at that high of a price tag. I feel like he's like a lock, so then you go put him with Mason Jones, you get it down to like the minus 110 or
Yeah,
maybe the
what is that?
plus,
Let's see real quick. Mason Jones and them. You get it at even money. You get a plus 100.
Exactly. So that's the way I would go, take the Mason Jones instead of doing because then if he does finish, you're gonna be angry at yourself that you took that decision prop. But like you
Yeah.
said, if you want to take the riskier shot and you're looking for those money lines and stuff, it's another one that you can take on him. But oh yeah, I'm high on Mason Jones this week as well. So that's one of my
Yeah.
bets that I will be personally placing. So
Mm-hmm. Same. I'll be putting money on Mason Jones this week. Next fight, guys. Modestas Bukauskas taking on Paul Craig. This is another fight where I'm very high on. I'm probably one of my locks of the week. I think Bukauskas honestly knocks out Paul Craig, and I think he's gonna do it pretty easily. Bukauskas has been looking very good recently, guys. Ever since he switched camps and started training with Tom Aspinall. This guy is putting in work in the gym. He looks like a way better striker overall. He's fighting with a smart game plan. There's rumors that Tom Aspinall might be in his corner this weekend, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. That's just a rumor. But he has been training with Tom Aspinall a lot, and ever since he went to that camp, he's getting better and better. And I think Bukowskis is going to knock out Paul Craig. I think Paul Craig is done. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think Paul Craig is about to get released from the UFC after this fight. I think he gets knocked out. Paul Craig is like the last of the generations that can just come in and pull guard. And he's not. I don't think he. And one thing about Paul Craig, Very good jiu-jitsu from Paul Craig. We're probably one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the UFC, but he has to get the fight to the ground to do it. He has to get the fight down. And Paul Craig has no wrestling. Like Paul Craig, one thing about Paul Craig, he waits for you to make a mistake. Like if you make a mistake, kind of like Jamal Hill, like makes a mistake, he'll catch you in something crazy if you make that mistake. But if you don't, you can put up the numbers on Paul Craig, outstrike him, end up knocking him out. Paul Craig doesn't have the best chin either. Paul Craig was supposed to fight Rodolfo Bellato about I want to say, or maybe like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. I was big on Bellato that day. I was telling you guys Bellato was one of my locks of the week. Now he's fighting a guy in Bukowskis, where I think Bukowskis is even better than Bellato. I think this is a bigger step up. So I think Bukowskis wins this fight. I think he knocks out Paul Craig, and he's one of my confident plays of the week. So I'm probably going to find a parlay. Like I said, maybe put Bukowskis, put C, and I'll find one more. Because that's right now, with Bukowskis and C together, that's a minus 200. Might be one of my locks of the week this week, just that 2 leg parlay. But I don't want to bet a minus 200 price tag, so I might go find some other leg to add to it. Maybe just to get it down to like a minus 150, maybe a plus 100 or something. So I'll find something else to put with it. But I'm very high on Bukowski this weekend. I think he knocks out Paul Craig. And like I was saying earlier, with Dana White's Contender Series going on, Dana is starting to put on these smash matches for people that he wants to get out of the UFC because he's trying to bring new people in. And one thing
And
to
he's
know,
got a lot of
you
up and comers. So
yeah, so if you want to bring new people in, you got to take some people out. So I'm saying like Brenton Ribeiro, Dana's gonna be sitting there like, come on, Steve, beat him so I can drop him. Paul Craig against Bukowskis, Dana's gonna be sitting there like, come on, Bukowskis, finish him so I can drop him. There's a lot of these fights that Dana's banking on dropping these fighters. So I'm very high on Bukowskis this week, and I think he knocks out Craig. Bukowskis by knockout is a minus 130. I don't like that at all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'd rather just parlay Bukowskis with somebody because I don't like taking props at a minus, especially a minus 130. Because if he wins by decision and he doesn't finish Paul Craig, because Paul Craig tends to just pull guard and roll and all that stuff, maybe he ends up just not finishing him. So I'm kind of gonna be mad if I pay that price tag minus 130 and he does not finish him. The only way I'm paying a price tag like that is if it's like I don't know if it's like Derek Lewis fighting Brenton Ribeiro, and I'm taking it. Like I swear, I'm taking it. But
what, it's favored for him to knock him out?
yeah, he's a minus 130 to knock him out.
I mean, it
So
sounds like the most likely thing to happen still, though. Like,
yeah, I do believe he knocks him
I
out.
would be scared for my money line if Paul Craig takes him all 3 rounds. If he takes him all 3 rounds, Paul Craig, like, I don't know how Paul
But
Craig
that's because
managed.
I think that might be possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he knocks him out. But one thing about Tom's been teaching him is be smart. Don't come in there for the crazy strikes and be
And that's how
smart.
you
Because
get Paul Craig out of there, though. That
yeah,
is,
being smart
as
and laying
long
some.
as you mind your P's and Q's, you will knock Paul Craig out. Because just make him get up every time. Make him get up when you knock him down. Do not go to the ground with him. You
Yeah,
just make him get up, and you will knock Paul Craig out.
that's where
As
Jamal
long
Hill
as
messed
he
up.
as long as he minds his P's and Q's, this is his fight to win. But if he goes in there and he does some stupid shit, and I'd be scared if it went 3 rounds. Because if it goes 3 rounds,
Something went wrong.
Paul Craig is gonna submit, bro.
If you give Paul Craig 15 minutes, he might submit
Yeah,
him.
he might submit, bro, and that's the only reason Paul Craig will even stay in the UFC is if he just gets a Hail Mary submission. But I'm not
Y'all,
banking on that.
well,
That's not where you want your money at.
we got
Nobody
to
in
see
their right
that.
mind bets on Paul Craig, bro. I swear. If you bet on Paul Craig, you are a degenerate.
Paul Craig by sub. If you guys think Paul Craig could do it, because the only way he wins this fight is if he submits him. Paul Craig by sub plus 500.
Yeah,
So
degenerate betters right there.
degenerate betters, go take Paul Craig by plus 500. If you guys just want to take
There's somebody
underdog,
that bets Paul Craig by submission every fight, and it's
yeah,
probably in the
it's
positive.
possible. He submitted the champion. He submitted Muhammad. Magomed Ankalaev. He
He
did
submitted so many people. That's why he's
because he
just
pulled
Hail
some
Mary,
random
Hail
thing.
Mary,
Yeah,
Hail Mary.
yeah. Like today, Hail Mary, just like Lonnie Silva
I don't
lost to
like
LFA.
betting against Paul Craig. I'll tell you that.
The way Paul Craig wins fights is how Lonnie Silva lost the fight in LFA from my lock of the day
Yeah,
today.
I hate
I'm still
betting
hurt.
against.
I'm still hurt by that. So I'm gonna bring it up a lot. So I swear. So, but Bukowski's the pick, one of my confident picks. I think he knocks out Paul Craig. Probably gonna be one of my lock plays of the night. And now the next one, guys, getting to the next fight is going to be the co-main event.
This is
BS
a wild one.
BSD Benoit Saint Denis taking on Mauricio Houfi. Mauricio Houfi is I think when he made his contender series debut, I sent Mr. Carter a message. I said, "We got the Brazilian Connor." I was like, "We legit have him." Like, this guy fights just like Conor McGregor. It's kind of crazy. Like his karate wide stance, his straight shots. He even got the chin that looked like Conor McGregor's chin. Like, but he's Brazilian, and I see a lot of people are on Benoit Saint Denis this weekend. I like, don't. I watch a lot of other guys before I started making this page. I used to follow a lot of people that do pages like me, and I still keep up with those guys because I'm a fan. So I still watch them just how you guys are fans of me. You guys watch me. I watch other people too, and I tend to watch their videos and see what they're thinking too.
Yeah, I do that all
So
the time.
yeah, so I see a lot of people that are on BSD this weekend. A lot of people that I respect in the MMA world are on BSD, but all those people are saying because Hoofy hasn't shown takedown defense and he hasn't shown that he can stop a takedown yet. That's because he hasn't had to. That's because no one's went in there and tried to take down Hoofy yet. BSD will, but I just believe with Hoofy training with the fighting nerds, training with Cal Borralho on the daily, training with Jean Silva that was able to take down Bryce Mitchell, and training with Carlos Prates is getting better at his takedown defense.
Yeah, they're not working that. Like,
That's I'm guarantee he's worked on it so much because he's gonna end up in a dogfight with Denise. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a very good fight. The whole crowd's gonna be going crazy for Benoit Saint Denis. Everyone loves him there. So I'm thinking Hoofy. I think Hoofy's eventually going to knock him out because I do believe Hoofy just going to land that kill shot. He just is probably one of the best snipers I've seen in the UFC since Conor McGregor. And if I had to say anything about this fight kind of reminds me of the Conor McGregor Chad Mendes fight, where Conor's going to be standing outside trying to land one of those crazy shots and want to land those knockout blows. BSD is going to come forward and try to take him down. And I believe BSD might be able to take him down maybe once. And then when Hoofy gets back up, that's where everything's going to go right for him. And I think he eventually puts him away with the knockout shot. And he's going to land that kill shot. So give me Hoofy. I think Hoofy does it by knockout and probably a great fight, honestly. Because one thing about BSD, he always puts on a great fight. So I want to go look at those props real quick, and then I'll hand it over to you. The props over 1.5 is a minus 165. People are banking on this fight going over 1.5, at least to that second, maybe that third round. People are thinking about it. It's possible. It's possible a first round knockout happen. So I don't like that prop, especially at a minus 165 because Hoofy could knock him out in the first round. Ben Watson Dini could take him down and submit him in the first round or something if he doesn't have the takedown defense. I think he does. And so let's go look at this. It says Benoit Saint Denis by sub because I think that's the way Benoit Saint Denis gets this done. If Benoit Saint Denis is gonna get this fight done, I think it's gonna be by submission. I think he catches Hoofy, takes him down, and probably just gets in a rear naked choke or get an arm triangle or something after trying to teach him a lesson. Plus 575 for him by submission, and Hoofy by knockout to plus 100. I I don't like that at all because one thing about BSD, he's a dog, and you're gonna need to hit him with a hard shot or get him tired to where he's gonna end up knocking him out. I do believe Hoofy knocks this fight out, but I'm not taking a plus 100. I'd rather just take the minus 160 money line on him because if it goes to decision, Hoofy could come out there and just try to outpoint him and be smart, stay on the outside, and just like he did with James Longtop. Like, remember that James Longtop fight? Hoofy hit James Longtop with some hard shots, but just Longtop has a chin and he couldn't knock him out. And a lot of people banked on a minus. I didn't. I took the decision. Want some money on that, but because I know Longtop got a chin, but the everyone banked on it. Hoofy was like a minus 160, minus 170 by knockout in that one. Everybody put money on it. He won by decision. Everyone's sitting there like, oh, why did you knock him out? He hit him with everything he had. Long Top just took it and kept coming forward. And one thing about BSD, he's a dog. He's going to take the shot. So I don't like that plus 100. If you're going to bet Hoofy and you want to take a method of victory and you don't like that plus 100 either, Hoofy by decision is a plus 525. Like that might just be like a degenerate gambling. Like just, you know what, I want a high price tag, I take it. But I think the best way of just attacking this fight is going to be Hoofy Hoofy on the money line minus 160.
yeah, that's the way I would have it too. I honestly think he ends up winning. The only thing about me is I felt real heavy on Saint Denis for a while. Like I was real big on him, but he's just taken so much punishment, bro, and he's
Yeah,
just That's the thing to me, and he always gets hit, and against some dude that is known for just putting it on you and striking, I just don't think it's a good matchup for him. Don't get me wrong, I still think Saint Denis is a really, really good fighter. I just think he's kind of over the hill a little bit now, like almost kind of Michael Chandler-esque, right? Where it's like you're really good at what you do, and you are known I mean, what he's in the military, he's just such a hard,
Yeah,
tough dude,
he was in
but
the France special forces.
so it's
Yeah,
just like you're just such a tough dude, but tough only gets you so far, you know? And I don't think that he being tough is going to be enough against Rufy. Like
tough
I just
enough.
yeah.
That's the organization. Tough enough.
Yeah, I don't think I think he ends up knocking him out. I think honestly, it's happens quicker than people think it does because I think like I said, he
You
gets
know what
hit
I
and
you know what I could see
he's
happening?
taken a lot of damage. So,
You know what I could see happening? I could see like a Conor McGregor Aldo knockout where BSC just gonna come
I
forward and
thought
then
about that, but
and
maybe
just
not that
boom.
quick,
Not that
but
quick, but just like almost like the same style, like just on the back
I mean, he
foot,
does it
right
that quick.
hand
He's
tight in
like
the
the
pipe.
new shit, but
Bro, he's a new age Conor McGregor. I swear
no,
he
he
is.
is though, and I like his style. So I mean, at the money line, I would just take the money line straight on him.
Yeah.
Same thing. I would just take him just so it covers everything. Where if he wins by decision, he knocks him out. I just think he ends up winning this fight. Like even for 3 rounds, I don't think the punishment that he's gonna do. And the only thing is like you said, if for some shot in the moon, fucking Saint Denis submits him, and I just don't think it happens. So
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people out there, like people I respect in this MMA game that think that are high on BSD this weekend, think BSD takes him down. They're like, oh yeah, Hoofy hasn't been able to show his takedown defense. Like I said, he hasn't had to. No one's tried. So we don't I'm not gonna sit there and bank on something like, oh, he's gonna take him down because he doesn't have takedown defense. We don't know that. Like no one knows that yet. So I'm not until he shows me he has no takedown defense, I'm gonna think he's working on this because he knows his striking's elite already. So he's probably working on the takedown defense. So, like I said, give me Hoofy. I think Hoofy wins this weekend. Now for the main event, guys. Winner of this fight, they're gonna be fighting hard because they're gonna want the title fight after this. Whoever wins this fight is gonna want to fight a title fight against Hamzat Chimaev. So this is almost like a number one contenders fight. Nasruddin Imavov taking on Borralho. This one, guys, is a very tough fight. Not even gonna lie. This
yes.
fight is gonna be back and forth. This fight is gonna be an even fight, probably. It might even come down to a decision, maybe even a split decision with how close it might be. But I think Cal Borralho wins. I've been high on Cal since before I even knew what the Fighting Nerds was. I just knew I watched Cal fight, and then I saw he was training. I saw that he was a chemistry teacher and a math teacher before he became a fighter or while he was fighting, and he shows it. He just shows how smart he is in the ring. He probably has the best top two fight IQs in the UFC. John Jones number one, Cal Borralho number two. Top two most best IQs in the UFC game, and I like banking on people with high IQ. Borralho is not going to go in there and put himself in a bad situation. He knows what he has to do against Imavov, and I watched the interview with him. He says, yeah, Imavov's going to come out there and probably come strong in the first round, and he says, and after that first round, he says, I just got to. He said, I'm going to go in there, land some strikes, and banging out with him for the first round. And he says probably we're going to end up going to the second. Second is where he said the first and second rounds are going to be probably even. We're probably going to go back and forth because he knows he's smart. He said we're just going to go back and forth those first 2 rounds. But he says once that third round happens, he said that's when I'm going to start putting it on him. And he says when that fourth round happens, he says that's when I put him away. So Cal Borralho has predicted a fourth round finish over Imavov. He says I'm finishing him in that fourth round, and it's possible. I do believe this fight goes to decision, but with Cal Borralho saying that, like, he's so smart. Imavov, he lost to Sean Strickland. So he has a loss to Sean Strickland, and after that, he's went on a good run. He was losing the fight to Izzy. Yes, he has a win over Israel Adesanya, but go back and watch that fight. All the way up until he lands that one shot on Izzy, Izzy's picking him apart. And then I'm sitting there thinking, oh, Izzy's back. And then boom, he gets caught. And then it was over. It was just like that quick. But Izzy was picking him apart on the feet. And Borralho has decent striking. It's getting better and better. One thing about Borralho, he doesn't have the best technical striking. Like I would say, Imavov is a better technical overall striker. But Borralho has smart striking. He uses his striking to get himself to the right spots, and then he goes for the takedown when he needs it. He gets the grappling out, and that's where I think this fight goes for Borralho. I think the grappling is going to be on his side. I think he's going to be able to take down Imavov, and I believe he's going to have a lot of top control. And if he does get a finish, it's going to be in that fourth or fifth round, just like Borralho said. I'm going to finish him in the fourth round. If he finishes it, it's going to be around that time. Imavov, if Imavov, one thing about Imavov, if you let him fight his style, if you let him fight his way, where he's going to use his technical strikers from the outside and he's going to jab 1-2s and you fight the way he likes, he has cardio for that. But if you put him in a dogfight like Sean Strickland did, and put him in a dogfight, keep walking forward. You have the front foot. You come out there and push the pace on him. Imavov tends to get tired at that moment. So if you don't let him fight his fight, he will get tired, and then that's when Borralho takes over. So for the main event, give me Cal Borralho, and I want to say he does it by decision, and I think he's going to be the next fight for Hamzat Chimaev.
Like you said, it's just a hard fight. Imavov's a smart fighter. He's a smart fighter. They're both very similar. They're both on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Imavov's fought some really good competition and proven himself multiple times at this point. Borralho is trying to prove himself, so it's one of those fights that we're about to see what these guys are made of, and I mean, that's really about it. I mean, I'm not really high on either guy. The fan of me wants Kai to win. I'm on his side as a fan. I probably wouldn't put money on either side. I wouldn't even if somebody is telling you they have a super confident read on this fight
They're
and
lying.
they're lying. And
Yeah.
there's no. This is a very hard fight to predict. This is a very close fight.
Even Cal himself knows this is going to be a close fight.
Yeah,
So yeah.
they're both very technical fighters. They're both very high skilled fighters. It's actually going to be a really really good fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you said you're probably not betting this one. I'm probably not betting this one either. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like I
We'll
said,
see.
if I had to choose, I'd pick Borralho. Like I said, Kai, but
I I think the only bet I have in this one is if I put it in my long shot parlay, like with all of them. I think that's the only way I bet on this fight. Or you know what else I do? Or I take Cal by his word and get that fourth round finish.
Yeah, I
Get
mean,
that fourth.
I would have him finishing it if he wins. Like, I mean, I think that's how he wins if he does win. But um, to sit there and say I'm confident in him finishing, or I'm confident in Imavov, or I'm confident in a decision, nah, not any way. I couldn't tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a very tough fight. And that's the way I look at it. The odds have this fight right. They're both
Yeah,
like it's like a pick 'em. It's going to be a real I mean, this could be fight of the night. I mean, other than
could be.
the technical aspect of it, but it definitely has its potential to be fight of the night. So does the co-main event. I'd say
Mhm.
this the co-main event, that Renat fight we said, the Reese
Yeah,
McKee one, are all like our four fights to watch. Would be like the main event, co-main event, Reese McKee fight, and what was the other one I said?
and we're not in Gustafsson.
Yeah, that one and those two. And
So
the
yeah,
Gomes and all those inside, they're two France fighters that are really good, but I still think those other four fights would be the fights to look out for tomorrow.
yeah, and like now I want to real quick get into the odds of this fight. The odds, like you just said, the odds. Cal is a -133 favorite. It was a pick 'em. Now it seems like a little bit more money is coming in on Cal. Um, Imavov is from France. Like he's Russian. Don't get me wrong. He is Russian descent, but he is from France. He's lived and trained in France for a very long time, and he grew up in France, so he's from France. And he's a +112 underdog. The over 2.5. I mean, the over 4.5. Actually, the over 4.5 is a -205. So it seems like a lot of people are making this fight
On
going
the
to decision.
decision, yeah.
If you guys want to bet the fight to go the distance, that might be a good play. Because if you guys don't know who's gonna win, but you think this fight goes to decision, and it's gonna be a close fight, -170 for the fight to go the distance by decision. So -170 on that might be the best way of attacking it. And again, then Cal, if you're on the Cal Borralho side, that is going to be a +160 by decision, and Imavov by decision is a +275. So I don't think Cal gets knocked out. I really don't. Like I really don't think Imavov can put him out. And I honestly think Cal it's possible to put Imavov away and probably in the ground and pound in those later rounds, like he was saying. But Imavov by knockout +400. Cal Borralho by knockout plus 725. Cal Borralho by submission plus 750. So if you go look at inside the distance, Nasruddin Imavov inside the distance is a plus 275. Cal Borralho inside the distance plus 400. So it
Yeah,
seems like
so if you think high, just take the inside the distance. That one sounds great.
yeah,
And everybody
inside the
thinks that it's gonna go to decision, but like you said, if you think he's gonna do that round 4, unless you just want to bet the straight round 4, but if you want to cover it up for all rounds because you think he's gonna really get the finish like he said, then yeah, then go
plus
do that one. Plus 400 's good.
Cal Borralho by finish the fight in round 4 is a plus 2,000. So if you want to take Cal by his word that he's gonna finish his fight in the 4th round, it's a plus 2,000. So Cal's calling his shot. So if you guys want to believe him, plus 2,000 price tag. So yeah, guys, that is it for the full card breakdown. We just broke down all of UFC Paris. I will be making my actual video and I'll put all my bets in the description. So if you guys want to check that out. Also, if you guys want to become a member on my Buy Me a Coffee, I do put my locks of the day on there every single day. So if you guys those are all from anybody that becomes a member, you have my locks of the day. Right now we are 5-2. Today we had a 5-0 going on, then we lost our two later on locks because like I said many times in this video, Silva went out there, Lonnie Silva went out there and got hit with the armbar out of nowhere. So and then the Chiefs went out there and lost today. So let's get into that now. Like I said, I wanted to bring that into the Chiefs. So let's get right into the Chiefs. Talk about the Chiefs and Chargers game. So I had Chiefs money line. I had Patrick Mahomes throw 2 touchdowns, and I had Travis Kelsey catch a touchdown. I cashed the Travis Kelsey touchdown, so I was happy on that. But the Chiefs just lost the game, lost by 6 points in a very good game. If you're watching it, it was really good. But Xavier Worthy, the Chiefs' number one receiver, went down in the first like 3-4 plays of the game, and it just was a bad offensive start. I think the Chiefs won the second half, but like that slow start because it took them that adjustment period to actually get there to where they just couldn't figure out the offense in the first half because when I think they were banking on Xavier Worth. You remember watching the first half and how many balls that Patrick Mahomes overthrew where he had a receiver downfield and receiver just he overthrew him. If Xavier Worthy's in the game, those are not overthrows. Xavier Worthy's a speedster and he's catching those and he's running into the bank. So I feel like it was a hard adjustment for them because I feel like the Chiefs' game plan was to beat the Chargers corners off the line and then throw a deep ball, and Xavier Worthy's used his speed to go get it. But it seems like that Hollywood Brown and the other guy just could not do it, and ended up being Patrick Mahomes overthrowing some balls in the first half. And yeah, I just believe the adjustment period came in the second half, but it was too late. They were already down by. They lost by 6 points. They were down by. They were down by 6 points a half. So
It was just the little things, you know? I always tell you this in any of the games, like when it comes to baseball, basketball, football, anything. It's always those like really momentum driving situations and stuff where it's like I feel like when they missed that field goal to
oh, the
tie
extra
the
point.
game,
Yeah, tie the
the
game.
extra
Yep.
point was such a key moment because it's just you have momentum and
And then
then
they went for two.
and then and then they went to for 2 and missed it, right, to tie it
Hmm.
up. And then Justin Herbert, both of those, right after both of those, comes down the field and scores. So it's
Hmm.
like it almost if you tie the game, it puts pressure on your defense now to have to. Although it's pressure already, you're down by 1, you know what I mean? It's pressure already, but I just feel like that gives you that extra little in it, you know? And so it's
Hmm.
always those little moments, you know? And I think the highlight of the game, to be honest, I think I told you earlier, was like Herbert just made the right plays at the right time. Like
Hmm.
and like almost like you see Patrick Mahomes was doing it, but he like for somebody, and I don't know football very well, but I heard the announcer say the Chargers are super heavy running game. Like
Yeah, they're
they're
running.
a
They're a running team,
and
but Justin Herbert looked
Herbert
really good.
looked great. Like his passing game was like superb. Like so, I was
Hmm.
that yeah, that was probably my highlight of the game. And I'm not even like a football fan. I had the Chiefs winning. I had the Mahomes passing yards, but I just was like, it was really cool to see this dude that like, oh, you're not supposed to be doing this against a really good team, and you're out there just like, I mean, he made like the perfect place. Like when he needed the downs and he needed the certain things, he was hitting like wide open fucking beamers. I was like, bro,
Hmm.
you looking good. I was like, hey,
Yeah,
you said it though.
Justin Herbert for a while, like for the last like 2 or 3 years, when he came out of Oregon, like when he was a rookie, and then he broke the touchdown record for rookies in a season, and then later on Baker Mayfield broke it. Baker Mayfield, guys, Baker Mayfield, watch out for that guy this year. And then so for a while, I've been waiting for Justin Herbert to take that big step up. I've been telling people that I think Justin Herbert has a chance to be a top six, top five quarterback in this league. He just never did it. He was having bad games. Then now we got a new coach. He has Jim Harbaugh, just came back into the NFL. Very good
They were
coach.
running good plays too. They
And
said that.
he
Yeah, they
and
were.
now that he has Harbaugh there, it seems like last year he took a little step, and now this year he's taking that big step. I mean, it's only one game. We can't get too far and say he's a top five quarterback and all this other stuff, but it was one game, and he just looked like he was comfortable. And usually he's a look. If you, I don't know if you saw the stat that was live. The Chargers lost 11 straight before today. The Chargers lost 11 straight games when the games were within the touchdown. They lost 11 straight.
Yeah, and
They
Kansas City had won
won
17
7
straight.
straight. Yeah.
17
Oh,
straight.
17 straight.
17 straight within one possession games. They were on a
Yeah.
17 game streak. It was like the
And
highest in the NFL.
that's why I'm saying that I think that Justin Herbert
I'm
is
always on
finally
the shitty
taking.
side of those lines. I've told you this. If it's history
You're like
breaking, I'm
I lose
always
bets
on
on
it.
history making. So
I always do. Every time. I swear, 17 games in a row, Randall. 17 games in a row. They fucking win one possession games. It's a one possession game. The whole game, and they can't do it. I'm like, oh, you bastards, man.
but yeah. Yeah, I can't believe really can't believe the Chiefs lost. But like I said, Xavier Worthy was out, and it took that adjustment period, and they were just too little, too late at that point where they
It
started
was a
doing good in
good
the
game,
second
though.
half.
It was a very good game.
But Justin Herbert, like you were saying, he just looked like this year, like the years before, he was a little shaky at the end of the games. This game, he looked comfortable. He looked confident. Like, you know
He
what?
got the touchdown when they needed it. He
Yeah.
got this. And the one thing that I told you too was, and I think you've said this last year too, which why you thought Kansas City wouldn't win it last year was their defense. And you need both sides of the ball to win. That was the thing we've always said with Tom Brady was like every time Tom Brady's won, he does what Patrick Mahomes does, the short passes down the field, gets you eats up the clock, does all the right shit, but your defense has to get the stop. Like
Hmm.
that's the whole part of that game. If your defense sucks, you don't get the ball for fucking 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And today that showed where the Chiefs were the better team. They held the ball longer. It's just they couldn't their
There
quarterback
were so
or
many
they could
third
just not
down.
get a stop, you know?
There were so many third down plays where you're like the Chiefs should be able
You
to
just
stop them,
needed to get a stop,
and
bro.
they
That's
couldn't.
it. And
They
they
could
just
not.
couldn't. So it's like it's defense wins it. I've always said it in any sport. I don't care what it is.
Mhm.
You could be in baseball. You have shitty outfielders. You have shitty bases. A
And
baseman,
pitchers,
and
yeah,
like it's just your defense is everything in every sport.
yeah. So yeah, guys. So like I said, we went out there, we lost the Chiefs bet, but it's okay. Tomorrow we have more locks of the day coming out. We will cash out some locks on the UFC, I believe. We will have a soccer lock, a lock of the day on there. So like I said, if you guys are brand new to this page and you guys do not know yet, click that thumbs up on this video, subscribe, and also guys, like I always say. My locks are in the Buy Me a Coffee. I have a Buy Me a Coffee members on there. If you guys want to become a member, go tune into that. Click the link in one of my descriptions of the video. It's going to be in the video description. Probably not this one because I have to rewrite it, but any of my soccer videos, any of my
Yeah, it's
UFC
easy to find. You
videos.
guys can find it. Cash
Yeah.
App, all the tags, everything's there.
Yes.
You can go look at it in the home page and stuff. It should be in the bio and all that and stuff
So
as
we
well.
were
So
before the Chiefs lost today, and before Lonnie Silva got caught with an armbar, where I was just like, I'm still gonna talk, I'm still hurt about that. But before Lonnie Silva got caught in an armbar, we were 5-0 in our locks of the day. Now We're 5-2. It's okay. We'll bounce back tomorrow. Like I said, I have a soccer lock and I have a UFC lock coming on there. So stay tuned for that. And I'm after we get off live here, guys, in about 30 minutes to an hour, I will be posting my UFC video where it's gonna just be me talking. I'm gonna be on there and I'm gonna be giving you
With
guys
all
my
the
little
individual breakdowns.
my individual quick breakdowns. Because this one, 84 minutes. We've been on here for a little bit over
Yeah,
almost an
we're
hour
just
and a half.
bullshitting, hanging out
Yeah.
with you guys, having a good time, just going
Yeah.
over it and stuff, bouncing ideas off of each other, and just kind of giving you guys more of a not so professional, like,
Mm-hmm.
platform breakdown where it's just us bullshitting, hanging out, kind of bouncing off each other with the
Mm-hmm.
fights and stuff, giving each other our opinions, and then he'll have his actual full whole breakdown and all that. So
Yes, my full breakdown where it'll probably be somewhere between like 11, 15 minutes around there. In the description, my bets will be in there. One of the bets I put on there will be the lock of the day, but you guys will figure that out if you guys become a member, which one it is. We're 5-2 in our locks of the day. Let's bounce back tomorrow. I'll have two more locks out tomorrow. We're going for seven and
yeah, today
two.
was a good day
We
though.
and we I had a 5-1 day on soccer. I had six bets on soccer today. I went 5-1, only one loss. It was the last bet of the day where I
We've
was like,
really
damn.
been cashing out on the World Cup qualifiers. He's been
Yep.
doing really good with the World Cup qualifiers. If you guys aren't soccer fans and you guys just like money, go watch those videos as well. Go give him some likes. Go give him some comments on those and show us some love. We're just getting started here. We're growing. We're doing tons of different content all the time. So we
And
really
if you guys like
appreciate you
collectibles,
guys.
like if you guys don't know, yeah, like we said earlier, go check out Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter has all the collectibles you need, from pops to cards to posters. I think he has other stuff
Action
like
figures. I
action
do all
figures.
different types of stuff. I sell all different types of stuff on eBay, on whatnot, all different types of platforms. I make tons of different content, unboxing videos, and tons of different stuff, informational videos on how to collect and stuff like that. So make sure and give me a follow at Mr. Carter's Collectibles on all platforms.
Yep, guys, and then I would say we might be back we'll see how we're both feeling. We might be back doing this again. We'll see maybe about next week. UFC Noche is next week, so we might be back doing this again next week or one of the following upcoming cards. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, it was a fun night. Like I said, now I got to go and make these videos. I got a soccer video about to make. I got a UFC video I got to make. And in about 30, 45 minutes, all that will be out. So stay tuned, guys. And I appreciate anybody watching this video. And if you guys are rocking with us the whole time, I appreciate you. Click that thumbs up. Subscribe to the page, guys. And all right, guys, I'll see you guys next time.
Have a
We'll
good one.
both see you next time.
Yeah.